Hi everyone and welcome back to iniudan. Let's play Fallout New Vegas. And the decision is... take over the robot. Insert the platinum chip and install the MK2 upgrade software. Okay, they have another phase than the one in Vegas, so I guess, okay, I can from the face, I guess that's the military version.
Home along, please.
Okay, now I just got to be ready in case the Legion doesn't let me leave, which is quite probable. Yeah, I forgot to check this. Active, standby. Okay.
Your work here is done. Return to the Lucky 38 so we can discuss next steps. You have a very bright future ahead of you. Thanks to your actions today, so does the rest of mankind.
Okay. Sorry. My mouse cord was just a bit stuck between the keyboard and the screen. They don't seem to be hostile for now.
You've carried out Caesar's will, but I must confiscate your equipment again.
There you go.
You're free to leave.
Lupa met an honorable death in the arena.
Okay, they don't really seem to be hostile for some reason. Sorry.
Awe. True to Caesar.
Yeah, just so it stayed the same after talking to Caesar.
Should have brought something to read.
The camps are getting crowded.
Hello?
I felt the ground shake a while ago. I'll take that as a sign you've got the job done. Let's press on, shall we? As I was telling you before, I want Mr. House out of the picture. You have an interest in his death, too. If he knows that you destroyed his gadgets beneath the fort, he will strike back. You know where to find him. How he dies, I leave up to you.
Okay. And what is that machine in your tent?
It's called an autodoc. As the name suggests, it's an automated physician, more or less. He can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical science.
I have some question to ask.
What did you want to know?
Are your bodyguards special in any way?
My Praetorians embody the martial ideals of my legion. Each one of them has done enough conquering and killing to deserve the rank of Centurion. Instead, I invited them to join my guard. So the invitee chooses whichever current guard he thinks is weakest and challenges him. The fight is to the death. It keeps them from getting complacent.
And how long has Lucius been the head of your Praetorian?
Lucius has been the head of my guard for 5 years now. He was a subordinate guard for 8 before that. No invitee has dared to challenge him yet. Maybe it's an issue of respect. He is getting on in years.
Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
Tell me about Vulpes Inculta.
Vulpes is the best of my frumentari. A remarkable individual from an unremarkable tribe south of the Utah. He was brought into the Legion as a boy, survived training, fought well enough as a legionary to be promoted to the rank of Decanus. Then in battle against an unimportant tribe, he broke ranks and led his contubernium through a hole in their defenses to capture its chieftain. Well, his Centurion wanted him crucified for disobedience, so I made him a frumentari.
And what do Frumentari do?
Whatever I require. Infiltration, assassination, dramatic atrocities to break the spirit of the enemy, etc. They're mentally flexible. They operate behind enemy lines for extended periods, imitating the enemy's customs without becoming sullied. In all these things, Vulpes is a master.
Let's talk about
What
something
else
else.
do you want to know?
I've heard rumored about your legate. What is story?
Linnaeus is the greatest of my battlefield commanders. Some might call him a great man, but I'm not sure he qualifies. Once, he was the greatest warrior of the Hydebarks, a tribe of the Arizona. Maniacal in battle. Sometimes he'd ambush Legion patrols by himself. When after several months we found and surrounded the Hydebarks camp, their chieftain raised a banner of surrender. The warrior, who was not yet Linnaeus, went insane with rage. He struck down his chieftain and attacked his own tribe.
And what happened?
He killed 15 before they brought him down. He didn't die, obviously. I had him tended to. He was maimed, most of his face torn off. It was days before he regained consciousness. When he did, I went to his bedside and showed him the helmet I'd had forged to cover his face. I said he could have it if he'd fight for me. He accepted, on condition that he be allowed to kill the surviving males of his tribe. I said, make it the adult males, and you have a deal.
Sound more like a savage than a general.
Linnaeus is savage. Savagely loyal, too, but only to me. He has no love for my legion. But this has its uses. He has no attachment to his men, no compunction about battlefield losses. All he cares about is destroying the enemy. When another legatus or a centurion fails to achieve results, I send Linnaeus to make things right. His first step is to beat the failed commander to death in front of his assembled troops. Then he orders the ritual of decimatio.
Okay, Decimatio. Basically, yeah, the legionary are lining up, and every he 10th legionnaire is killed by the 9 previous one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they used the same thing. That was what the real Roman legion did. What is decimatio?
It means decimation. But in ancient Rome, the word had a very specific meaning. A punishment for cowardice. The legionaries are lined up in ranks. Every 10th man steps forward and is beaten to death by his brothers. It instills a certain robust obedience.
And Lanius will lead the assault on Uverdam?
Yes. This time my legionaries will be more frightened of the commander behind them than the enemy before them. There will be no failure this time, no retreat, no years of gathering slaves and resources for another assault. With Linnaeus to drive the legion forward, the dam will be taken. It will be our bridgehead across the Colorado.
And why did you lose the first battle?
It's not going to happen again, that's all I have to say about it.
And he already seemed pissed. And so let's talk about something else first. What do you think of the NCR?
Do you want my opinion as a former citizen or future conqueror? Actually, my opinion's the same either way. As a young man, I was taught to venerate President Tandy of Shady Sands, the founding mother of the new California Republic. Did you know her presidency lasted 52 years? And that her father, Aradesh, was the Republic's first president? Does that sound like a democracy to you? Or a hereditary dictatorship?
That I got no idea, but let's say it.
Because the council didn't dare oppose her. She was too popular. She had the people's love. So things ran smoothly, more or less. And as soon as she was gone, as soon as there really could be democracy, what happened then? Ever since losing its queen, the NCR has been weaker, more diffuse. Democracy has been its weakness, not its strength.
And how is the NCR weak?
Greed runs rampant. The government is corrupt, accepting bribes from Brahmin barons and landowners to the detriment of citizens. The NCR is a loose conglomerate of individuals looking out for themselves. It's lost virtue. No one cares about the collective, the greater good. It's not built to last. I'm just hastening the inevitable.
Surely they are a powerful foe.
Of course. The most powerful my legion has faced. Also the first to which I am ideologically opposed. Until now, every tribe I've conquered has been so backwards and stunted, enslavement has been a gift bestowed upon them. My conquest of the Mojave will be a glorious triumph, marking the transition of the Legion from a basically nomadic tribe to a genuine empire. Just as my namesake campaigned in Gaul before he crossed the Rubicon, so have I campaigned and will cross the Colorado.
Okay.
What else did you want to know?
What do you know about Mr. House?
I know he's a coward, hiding behind an army of robots ensconced in that tower of his like a wizard in one of those Grognak comic books. Some say he's a man, others a machine. I don't care. He's in the way.
Let's talk about
What
something
else
else.
do you want to know?
What role will regional power play in the conflict?
I've analyzed the region's tribe to determine how they might be useful. I may tell you more at a later time, if it suits me. What else did you want to know?
Okay. And how did you rise to power?
Ironically, I was born a profligate myself, a citizen of the NCR. My family lived not far from the Great Boneyard. After raiders killed my father, my mother sought the followers' protection. I was 2 years old. She found work at their library, cooking and cleaning. I learned how to read, and soon I was taking courses, free of charge.
You were a follower of the apocalypse?
Oh yes, raised in that tradition. And the teaching stuck. I was taught it was my responsibility to bring the torch of knowledge to the waste. I may have taken the torch part more literally than they intended.
Oh God. What changed you from a follower to dictator?
When I was 20, the followers sent me east to Grand Canyon. It was my first expedition. Just me and a physician named Calhoun. As an anthropologist and linguist, my assignment was to learn the dialects of the Grand Canyon tribes. What a fucking waste of time.
Why will learning a dialect be a waste of time?
If you think it's worthwhile to make smart people learn how to talk like backward savages, you're a follower of the apocalypse. Or an idiot. Anyway, we met up with a Mormon missionary who already knew a bunch of dialects. Joshua Graham. He was supposed to teach me. But before that went too far, the Blackfoot tribe captured us to hold us for ransom. They were a backward bunch. But the real problem was, they didn't know how to fight.
And what was wrong with the Blackfoot?
The Blackfoot were at war with 7 other tribes, each just as pissant as they were. But outnumbered like that, they weren't going to last long. It's one thing to be taken hostage, another to be lashed to a sinking ship. So over Calhoun's objections, I decided to take certain steps.
And what step did you take?
I taught them how to use the guns they already had, how to strip and clean them, how to breathe when pulling a trigger, how to reload ammunition. They looked at me like I was some kind of a sorcerer. So I taught them how to make explosives and started drilling them on small unit tactics. If there's anything I learned as a follower of the apocalypse, it's that there's a lot of good information in old books.
What happened after you trained the Blackfoot?
Divide et impera, divide and conquer. I led the Blackfoot against the Ridgers, their weakest enemy. When they refused to surrender, I ordered every man, woman, and child killed. When next we surrounded the Kaibabs, and they likewise refused, I took one of their envoys to the Ridgers' village and showed him the corpse piles. This was new for the tribes, you see. They played at war, raiding each other, a little rape and pillage here, a little ransoming there. I showed them total warfare. Like I said, there's a lot you can learn from old books.
And what happened to the tribe?
Kaibabs joined me, and the Fredonians after that. All the pissant tribes with names that should be forgotten. I knew from the start I'd need to eradicate this plague of tribal identities, replacing them with a monolithic culture, a uniform identity. So that's what I did once my confederation of tribes was large enough. I crowned myself Caesar and created a single great tribe, my legion. I sent Calhoun, the follower captured with me, back west with a message that I should not be interfered with. Joshua Graham, the Mormon interpreter, stayed with me and served as my first legatus.
And since forming the Legion, all you done is conquer other tribe?
That's right. Decades of warfare, absorbing lesser tribes, gathering power, forging the dross into a vast, razor-sharp scythe. My Legion's expansion has never ceased. Much of the Utah and Colorado and all of Arizona and New Mexico are mine. We have cities of our own, but nothing compared to Vegas. Finally, my Legion will have its Rome.
Okay. Let's talk about
What
something
else
else.
do you want to know?
Why is Caesar Legion so strange? That's somewhat easy to answer because they use civilization that is from 2,000 years ago as a model.
I used Imperial Rome as the model for my Legion precisely because it was so foreign, so alien. I'd seen what had become of the NCR's attempts to emulate the culture of pre-war America, the infighting, the corruption. Rome was a highly militarized autocracy that effectively integrated the foreign cultures it conquered. It dedicated its citizens to something higher than themselves, to the idea of Rome itself. In Rome, I found a template for a society equal to the challenges of the post-apocalyptic world. A society that could and would survive. A society that could prevent mankind from fracturing and destroying itself in this new world by establishing a new Pax Romana.
That's easy. Roman peace.
It means a nationalist, imperialist, totalitarian, homogenous culture that obliterates the identity of every group it conquers. Long-term stability at all cost. The individual has no value beyond his utility to the state, whether as an instrument of war or production.
So you destroy the NCR because you ate its inefficiency?
No. I'll destroy it because it's inevitable that it be destroyed. It's Hegelian dialectics, not personal animosity.
What are those?
How do I put this basically enough? It's a philosophical theory, the kind you might encounter if you took time to read some books. The fundamental premise is to envision history as a sequence of dialectical conflicts. Each dialectic begins with a proposition, a thesis, which inherently contains or creates its opposite, an antithesis. Thesis and antithesis. The conflict is inevitable, but the resolution of the conflict yields something new, a synthesis, eliminating the flaws in each, leaving behind common elements and ideas.
So what do I like about you and the NCR?
The bombs wiped the slate clean. Human civilization descended to a level of ignorance that effectively set our cultural progress back to zero. The NCR has all the problems of the ancient Roman Republic. Extreme bureaucracy, corruption, extensive senatorial infighting. Just as with the ancient Republic, it is natural that a military force should conquer and transform the NCR into a military dictatorship. Thesis and antithesis. The Colorado River is my Rubicon. The NCR Council will be eradicated, but the new synthesis will change the Legion as well. From a basically nomadic army to a standing military force that protects its citizens and the power of its dictator.
What you say make quite a lot of sense, but it's all science is all those. He also seem quite somewhat old. Also, it's I will say it's somewhat leave the Legion to somewhat a lot of trouble that the Imperial Rome had. In other words, crazy Emperor, and also admit the admit
What else then?
they are
Complete your...
oops oops arms sneak let Max repair. After that, I got 2 level left. Unarmed is fine. Sneak is fine. I think I will go for some lockpick. Could be nice. Could be nice. This could be nice, because I admit will prevent having to use some of the God, come on, Dr. Bag. My memory is freaking awful. Mysterious strangers could be nice also. Strong back could be. Okay, think I will go with the adamantium skeleton for now, and except if there is something very good for the skill in the skill that I miss. Okay, it's require both to be at 60, so no. Chem resistance. Be nice. Action boy. Cannot get it. Cannot get it. This could be quite nice. So cannot get this. Could be nice, but I have my laser specialty, so no. Just undone. Nah. Professional, no. No. Could be nice, but no. Okay. Adamantium skeleton, then Grim Reaper sprint for level 30. Okay. I guess just one more word.
Until Mr. House has been dealt with, you and I have nothing to talk about.
The new slip.
Aw, just
At least I leave the place with much less trouble I will have thought by not destroying the bunker. Okay. That was odd. My guy was still holding his laser Tommy, even if he didn't have it. Okay, the can continue a bit further than I thought. Because if I remember, I simply leave the camp. I simply arrive at this door, not in the camp down there. Can I sleep? Come on, Gecko.
Slaves aren't much of a challenge in the arena. Awe, you may proceed. Your belongings will be returned when you leave. Awe,
Okay.
are you ready to return to Cottonwood Cove?
I'm ready to return.
Very well.
Okay. Now, time to equip back my stuff. 5, 3, 8, 7. Oh, yes. 8. Oh no, it's still there.
Awe.
It's locked.
Awe. True to Kaisar.
HQ. Okay, just some kind of bandana. Don't see capsule. One. Nothing. That was the stealing. Aurelius of Phoenix. Okay. Nice decoration. Ooh, Grognak. Hello?
Awe, true to Kaisar.
Nice hammer.
A profligate bearing the mark of Kaisar. What is the world coming to? Cursor Lucullus is waiting for you with the barge at the docks. He will take you to the fort to speak with Kaisar.
That's some hammer you're wearing?
It is the armor of a Centurion. You have the rare honor of beholding it unspattered by the blood of my inferiors.
And you must be the one in charge here?
Of course I am, you fool. I am a Centurion. When Wulpes and Kulta drove the NCR from Searchlight by clever means, Kaisar himself ordered me to set up this camp and harass the profligates. It's a modest presence, a single finger of the Legion reaching across the river's narrows. But with me here, it has an iron knuckle.
And does the Legion see much action here?
As much as the profligates' cowardice will allow. They haven't found the balls to attack us here, but we catch them out on patrols. With 2 Contubernia at my command, I've killed and captured 4 times my numbers.
Okay, goodbye.
Why?
Yeah, that thing on the not the plume on the back, but the metal part on the front, it just make it look very odd. This.
Awe, true to Kaiser.
Hello.
Oh, it's just awful here. Can't you help us?
Okay, I'm working on it.
Hurry up. The guards keep eyeing me like I'm a piece of meat.
Hello.
We're being held here against our will. I beg you, help us.
Okay, working.
Sorry, I'm just glad someone is doing something. The last thing I need is to be made some legionary's bitch and sent off to God knows where.
Okay.
Awe, true to Kaiser.
Hello.
Please, sir, take pity on us. Free us, please.
How were you captured?
My family was ambushed by a pack of Legion raiders near Searchlight, and Frank ran off, the gutless coward. I have no idea where he is, but at least we're free from his abuse.
He was hurting you?
Ever since he lost his job a few years back, he hasn't been the same. He took a switch to us for the tiniest things. We were trying to get away when the Legion showed up. I'm glad he ran off like a coward. But slavery wasn't the kind of escape I was looking for.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's locked.
Awe, have you come to sell or trade for captures?
And by capture, do you mean slave?
No, no, no. They haven't yet earned the right to be called slaves. Those three in the pen are captures, nothing more. I'm a slave master, so I know what I'm talking about. Back at the fort, I'd have those three half-broken and well on their way. But this is just a holding area, so all I do is assess their fitness and decide whether to send them on.
And it doesn't bother you?
Why would it bother me to enslave these wretches? They have no purpose, no creed, no honor. They live in pitiful squalor, undisciplined, intemperate. To enslave them is to save them, to give them purpose and virtue. Honestas industria prudentia. Even the virtues of slaves are beyond the dissolute on this side of the river.
And how much will it cost to buy the 3 capture?
It's a weak bunch, to be honest. I'd rather have extra currency to buy supplies or better captures off traders. There's a boy, too old to be trained as a legionary. Normally they would have to die, but he's too frail to make trouble. The old woman's dried up, but she could keep house or do gardening if she can learn to keep her mouth shut. The girl's the only one of real value, young enough to breed, not hideous to look at. What's your offer for the lot?
Any fool can see that girl has the symptom of pustular okay. Hypomyalgia.
Pustula? What? Is that contagious? That doesn't sound good at all.
I'll give you 150 cat for the last.
Seems I'm fortunate to get that much for them, given the circumstances. Here, this is the key to their collars. You want to take those off before you go far. Trust me.
Yeah, okay, goodbye. The part where how they set up came on this side, it's simple. They push it back the NCR.
Are you gonna free us or what?
I pay for your freedom, you're free to go.
Freedom? Thank God Frank thinks we're enslaved. Now we can actually start fresh. Thank you for helping us.
Our way, true to Kaiser.
I don't suggest you to go that way. It's full,
Our way, true to Kaiser.
I will say full of... God. Gecko. Hello?
You're the one Lucullus said would come. You'll find him waiting for you down at the docks.
I have some question.
Very well.
What's your role here?
I'm an officer of the Legion of the rank Decanus. When we encamped, I commanded a contubernium of 8 legionaries. So I command what's left, under the wise leadership of Centurion Aurelius, of course.
See much action?
As much as their cowardice will allow. The profligates avoid open battle, but on good days we find one of their patrols. Their landmines have caused us more trouble than their marksmanship, which is lacking.
Okay, that is for now. Goodbye. I admit, other than a guy with nice armor, I admit I don't really see nothing that much interesting here. But maybe then and maybe this. Come on, go up. Okay, cannot go up this way. Seem to be radioactive. Yeah, since I don't
Should've brought something to
want
read.
batting.
Beats wait until they shoot me. I like this plan where you're the decoy.
Okay. I think we'll guess. Opening the door will release highly radioactive barrel into could potentially killing everyone in the camp. Do nothing. Okay. Well, I think I'll call this a video. Well, I think if I should open this, start to go against the Legion now or later. In other words, opening the door now or later. So, see you all later. Actually, I decided to do it now, for it will make a nice. I just think it will make a nicer series of video name. In other words. Vici. Now let's do Vici. Yoo-hoo! Goodbye, everyone. Oh God. Come on, barrel. Okay, cannot get in. Oh God. Come on. Follow me. Okay. I need the radix. No, rather way I mean. Okay, now I'll call it a video here and see what happened. Yeah, and what we'll do in the next video. So see you all later. See you all later.